What's it like being a personal trainer and a server at a restaurant? You know, people ask me all the time, Dylan, do you judge people based off of what they order? Um, I do. It used to be a lot worse. When I first started, like a year in, I had a habit of expecting other people to have the same standards that I now have. I'm like, dude, why are these people not ordering plain chicken breasts? Why are these people still ordering two sides of ranch? I used to like be mind boggled over it, and then I realized, Dylan, these people aren't you. Nobody's ever gonna be you, and everyone's different. Not everyone is in the health and fitness space, especially to the degree that I am. And like another funny thing is that now that I'm like fit, it's so often people come up to me and like especially if I'm eating something that's like not considered healthy. Like if somebody sees me eating my four Rice Krispie treats before I go skate, they're like, "Oh, it must be nice to eat whatever you want and stay fit." And it's like, "Ooh, you are missing the bigger picture." Like I didn't just grab four Rice Krispie treats because I was hungry. I grabbed four Rice Krispie treats because I've been skating for 2.5 hours, and like one Rice Krispie treat is the equivalent of like 3 laps around the rink full speed. You know, Dylan needs carbohydrates when he's on the rink. Like when you're ice skating, when I'm running around in these things, especially when you get to like a high level and you start really skating like a hockey player, dude, you can burn thousands of calories if you're there long enough. Like up to like 400 calories an hour. And to put that in perspective, running for an hour, I think I think running 1 mile burns 150 calories. You skate if you skate a mile, it's like 4 times the amount. It's unbelievable how many calories you burn. I mean, I'm thankful that at the Galleria, it's right next to the food court because when I run out of energy, boom, got Chick-fil-A, Chipotle, and Smoothie King. I just kind of rotate those three. Most often it's Chipotle. But back to what I was saying, Dylan, do you judge other people's orders at at your tables? I do. I do. Not as bad as I used to, but I still bite my tongue every time somebody asks for like their third basket of chips because I work at a Tex-Mex restaurant. You know, the server in me is happy to put down those chips and give the guest a good experience, but the personal trainer in me wants to be like, no, you guys just ate a dozen tortillas before y'all's meal, and y'all ask for more. Chill out, chill out. Now I'm not judging these people. Dylan's not being mean because I used to be them. I used to be the one crushing 4 baskets of chips. I used to be the one asking for another basket of chips even when my food got there. Why? Well, well, I guess my old mentality was, oh, they're just some chips. But next time you go to a Tex-Mex restaurant, take the chips, grab 4 of them, and put them in a circle. And then you'll realize, oh my God, Dylan's right. We're just eating like 5 tortillas before our meal comes. I mean, I always like when I come in and I hear people use fitness buzzwords. Like when I hear people order something like a salad and they're like, "Yeah, I'm trying to save my calories." I walk back to the computer station with a smile. Those are things I like to hear. One time this lady, she was like she was a little out of shape, you know. And she ordered double rice. And when I dropped off the food, they asked her why she got double rice instead of beans. And she's like, "Well, I'm trying to watch my weight." And I don't even think this lady realized that she actually did make the right option. Because, well, if you get refried beans, if you don't know, those are just those are just beans mixed with like a bunch of oil, and then they cook them into a pot. I mean, I love refried beans; they're delicious, but it's very, very high in fat. That's basically all it is. So by that lady getting double rice, rice is super low fat, and it's a good polysaccharide. If you don't know what a polysaccharide is, it's basically a fancy word for saying it's a complex carbohydrate and that it's low glycemic. So, long story short, it doesn't mess with your blood sugar. It's a whole food. It's less likely to be stored as body fat, as your body requires a lot more time and energy to break down the rice into usable energy. But another thing that kind of happens is like, not so much at this location, but because like at the New Caney location, that's kind of where my whole weight loss journey was. So like when I finally got like from fat to fit, when I got to fit, people like my coworkers, we'd be standing on Expo, and they'd point to a plate, and they'd be like, "Dillon, how many calories?" And I'd be like, 900. They'd point to another plate, and they're like, "How many calories in this fruit cup?" I'd be like, 180. It's a cup of strawberries and pineapple. Nothing too crazy, you know. Being a personal trainer and having 700 days under your belt of calorie tracking, it's like I have a new superpower. I'm able to see food as numbers, you know? Like, I have it locked in my brain forever that 1 can of chicken is 50 grams of protein. Now, I told somebody, actually, let me go grab something real quick. I'll be right back. One time I told somebody that one of my main protein sources, especially when I don't feel like cooking, is canned chicken. And they're like, "Dude, that sounds disgusting." It's really not, you know? Like, honestly, these cans of chicken, I like it better than like any sort of deli meat or like beef jerky. Actually, beef jerky's pretty good. But like, it's just some chicken. And it's cooked in the can. Like, I think the way it works is like they can the chicken and then they like super heat the can to cook the chicken inside. That way it's like fresh. But yeah, you can just pop open a can of these and they're not that big. These are super easy to get down. Like three of these is 150 grams. I'm holding 300 grams of protein, if that makes sense. Technically a little more because it's like 52 grams per can. But is this like I like to say, is this the most delicious thing in the world? Do I crack one of these open and go, "Oh my God, this is the best chicken I've ever had"? No. But I don't eat it because I think it's the best thing in the world. It's the best thing in the world for me not having to cook it. It's the best thing in the world for me for the convenience factor, once again. It's the best thing in the world for 50 grams of protein that I can easily consume. I mean, I can down 2 of these cans. No problem. Really quick. I mean, if I'm really hungry, I could eat 3 of these, and you're going to need a high-speed, slow-motion camera in order to watch Dillon eat it. I mean, it's crazy. Now, like, would I open one of these and eat it plain? I have. You can. It might scare some people away from the fitness industry because it's not the most delicious thing in the world. But fine, like, the secret is sauces. You know, people ask me, "Dillon, how do you always just eat chicken, beef, and eggs? Like, how do you just keep your protein on lock? How do you keep that rotation going, not get tired of it?" Well, I'll tell you what, it's sauces. And watch out for... Actually, let me show you one more thing. I want to get sponsored by this company because at all times I probably got, well, not at the moment, but I usually have like 5 flavors of like these G Hughes sugar-free sauces. This is like a sweet chili one. It's pretty good. You know, makes it with like a little teriyaki, throw it on like some chicken and noodles. Easy way to make stir fry. But they got like a bunch of regular flavors. Like they have regular barbecue, honey barbecue sauce, hickory. And if you notice, when I turn this around, it says for 30 grams is 5 calories. For one serving is 5 calories. There's 17 servings in this bottle. Alexa, what's 17 times 5?
17 times 5 equals 85.
So there's 85 calories in this entire bottle of sauce. Now, if you compare that to regular full sugar barbecue sauce, I'd go grab some, but I'm a personal trainer, so I don't remember the last time I had a full sugar sauce in my house. But a serving of full sugar barbecue sauce alone is 70 calories, you know? This is actually their lowest calorie sauce. The rest of them are like 10 calories a serving. But 10 calories a serving opposed to 70, you know, it adds up. Because, like, a few things. First of all, I'm not the type of person where I'm just like, oh, one serving. Nah, man, I am saucing it up. I like flavor, okay? That's why I was fat for 18 years, because I liked flavor, and I didn't realize you could still get flavor for less calories. I thought they kind of went hand in hand, but that's not the case, because it's 2026. We got cool things like this. If you're somebody who struggles to bulk, here's another plug. Get you some of this. You know? It's like, it's a super easy way, like when you're full, to get in your protein. You know, say you weigh 170 pounds and you just crushed 3 of these cans of chicken and you are full. You can't eat another bite. Uh-oh, you still got 20 grams of protein remaining and you're about to go to bed. What do? Well, you grab you this. Why not? Like, you get your last 22 grams or 20 grams, go 2 over. It's 90 calories. The cool thing about these clear proteins, I don't know how they do it, but it's literally only protein. Zero grams of carbs, 0 fat. It has all the BCAAs you need. I mean, this thing is like a cheat code, you know? And like, if you're like, oh, well, Dillon, I have to make that. That's fine. If you don't want to support Dillon and go buy First Form products, that's cool. I got another recommendation for you. I got these at Costco. These are freaking amazing. Same concept, you know? You just crush 3 cans of chicken, a pound of ground beef. You are full. You cannot eat another bite. What do? Well, just crack you open one of these. This thing is like, if you've ever had blueberry Fuego or like Fanta, this is protein Fanta. I found it at Costco. It's called Genius Gourmet. First Form, if you're watching this, can y'all make something like this? Like, this is genius. Like if First Form takes this, puts it in a can and adds bubbles, I would love that. But I mean, this is still good too, because like, one thing that my dad told me to try, and that you guys should also try, if you put it in a blender with crushed ice, you can make a slushie out of it. Who doesn't want a protein slushie, you know? And it's things like these where I try to show people that, like, the world of health and fitness is not like every day. Every day is not like a gruesome grind. Every day is a grind, but the reason I'm able to follow it on a consistent basis is just because it's a grind that I like, you know? Like, if you made me eat just plain bland chicken and rice every day and you didn't give me any options, you know. If you somebody came up to me and said, Dylan, you're doing a cut, but you have to do it without carbs, or you're doing a cut and you have to do it without your sugar-free barbecue sauces, then yeah, then it's going to be hard. Then it's going to be a grind. But if you can find little things like these, then slowly but surely, these small things add up. You know, like, look at me. You got me to where I am today. I mean, I'm just saying. But long story short, it doesn't have to be hard. Yes, being in the restaurant industry, I do judge you guys. Not as much as I used to, because I know what it's like. I used to be them. But stop ordering a second side of ranch. Our sides of ranch are already 3 ounces. I promise. You do not need another one. That is one where I bite my teeth every time I gotta drop off extra dressing. But anyway, y'all have a good one. I'll be back.